ask one question. So wonderful session, Chandrasekhar. So we are working, so let me give you my background. I'm founder and CEO of Vector Education. We are working on intelligence assessment. And you said, right, assessment for learning. And I think that is what philosophy we are following. Now, my question is, you said, so the system is very rigid, okay? There is a huge rigidness in the system. And so bringing that change, we needed one pandemic, right? Do we need such kind of pandemic to, change our teacher or education system, right? Like as a whole education system, that is one thing. Second, you talked about like the Hindi teacher was not using any email ID from decades, but now they suddenly started using it. So again, it goes back to so do we need such pandemic? And if there is a rigidness, why such rigidness is coming, right? Is it because of, that there is a difference in the generation, or even there are new teachers coming, they are not very active or very open to new technologies and innovations?
Yeah, I think it's a great question, Mr. Krishnakant, and I want to answer this with an example. I mean, all of us know that human beings are creatures of habits, right? So we take pride in our habits. Whether it is good or bad, it doesn't really matter because it is my habit, right? So now we are talking about changing habits. And if you look at psychology, habits are changed only in two occasions. One, either you should have a traumatic experience or you should have a dramatic experience. Okay? So now if you qualify pandemic to be a traumatic experience, yeah, so it is a traumatic experience and that's why the habit is changing. So this is the answer to your first part of the question, that habits take time to change. Now the second part of the question is, it's not about one person's habit we are talking about. We are talking about a fraternity. When we are talking about a fraternity, you need an impact of that scale for things to change. You need an impact of that scale to change. And that's why somebody rightly pointed out at the chat window at the right time, training, developing the capacities of the people. These are important requirements and these are important actions we need to take if you want to see mass scale habit change or behavior change models. So I think pandemic is a great opportunity for all of us, and I personally feel sooner or later all of us were moving into this space. Pandemic has only accelerated it. It has put the whole world on a crash course.
Yes, exactly.